Hey guys, it's Robert and you're watching Sidestep Adventures. I'm back here at the shocking cemetery today, and as you can probably see and have seen, it's been cleaned up quite a bit since the last time I was out here. It actually just got cleaned up this morning, so we're going to do a quick walkthrough of it, look at some more newly uncovered graves, and talk about it a little bit. Let's go. So I've got to say, I'm really impressed by how opened up this cemetery is now. It actually just got cleaned up this morning. I was actually supposed to be here for the cleanup, but I wasn't feeling so great this morning, so I arrived here late and everyone was gone, and I was really shocked to see how clean it is. And this is what the cemetery needed. It's definitely opened up now and definitely is not in a way where it will be forgotten. So we'll talk about this a little bit. If you saw my community post, you'll know that the local news station came out and did a story on this cemetery with me, and it wasn't the story that I was hoping this cemetery would get. They kind of turned it into a hero story and based the story around me finding and cleaning up a cemetery rather than doing the story on the cemetery itself, which is what I wanted the story to be about, not about me. But after that news story, some good did come out of that, because a fella contacted me, and I won't say his name on video until I talk to him again and make sure he wants the credit for doing this. But he contacted me and actually orchestrated a cleanup for this cemetery, and so a lot of good came out of that news story after all. You can see it's really opened up now and is far from being a forgotten cemetery at this point. So you can see here's a grave that I didn't know was here. To kind of give you an idea, if you've seen the other videos, there's Favors Dawkins, and his grave looked like it was by itself. I may have known this one was here. I don't think I knew those three were there, but it was really overgrown, and just to see it this opened up is amazing. But so coming over here, this is one of the cleared areas. It was kind of open before with these two graves. Of course, as you'll recall, there's many more back through those woods that haven't gotten cleared out yet, but just this first step is absolutely amazing. So we've already looked at these two graves. I do want to walk over here and point out this grave. It looks unmarked. I don't see any markings on it. Looks like just a flat concrete, so I don't think we're gonna get a name off of that. This one is also unmarked, but this one is not, and I probably won't be able to read it that well at the moment. It looks like it's pretty. I definitely would have to come out here with some paper and chalk to be able to read that one, but I can't even really read the last name on it. It needs to be swept off better. Looks like there's been some scraping on the stone too. Yeah, it looks like Dove, maybe a last name there. And here's another one that I know I didn't see before. This is Rosie Ogletree, died April 12th, 1949. It does say April 12th, yeah. 1949. Look at the way the 4 is backwards on that. And here's another Ogletree. As you can see, that's a stamped stone. They're a stamped piece of concrete. This one's not stamped. This one's actually handmade. And so it's really hard to read that one because it's not deep into the concrete. But the last name is Ogletree, and it's born December 29th, 1901, died December 18th, 1955. So those are 3 graves that I don't think I knew are here before. I actually almost don't recognize the place now that it's been cleaned up like this. We'll walk out here and just kind of take a look, because they did some more cleaning out this way. I think we looked at this one before, but just to make sure, and we'll uncover this one. It's our beloved father, Randall Powell, December 25th, 1860, died February 28th, 1937. And that date actually reminds me, there's an unmarked grave right there, and I don't recall if I knew that one was there before. And one thing that I want to make sure of for whoever comes out here and cleans this cemetery is that none of the unmarked graves are unintentionally filled in. Just toss that over there. You can see the all the brush that they cleared off and chunked up over the fence. There's an unmarked grave. This is an unmarked grave right here. There's one, as Cody just pointed out. And there's one here for sure. And definitely an unmarked grave right here. This is actually really sunken in right there. But they did a really good job out here. This one was first name Bobby. We talked about this one on the last video where all I could see was that corner, so they uncovered the back side of it. And then of course those still need to be cleaned off. But like I said, I just wanted to take you guys out here real quick and show y'all, because I know you've all been following along on this cemetery, and I've had some people help set up the Find a Grave page for this cemetery, which, I mean, I've got some great subscribers that went out of their way to set up the Find a Grave site for the cemeteries and add some of the names from the video of the people that are buried out here. And I think that's just great. Great work, guys. Great work. This cemetery definitely needed it, because it was definitely in the process of being forgotten. Of course, as we know, you guys have probably seen the video, there's more graves all throughout there and back there. But I mean, you know, I don't know how many people actually came out for this cleanup today. I wish I'd made it out earlier so I could have talked to them, but it was they did a really good job, you know, in the time that they did, because it's like 10 o'clock now, maybe 11 o'clock, and they were meeting out here at 8 o'clock, and that's what time I was supposed to be out here. But obviously, like I said, I made it too late. We'll throw that away, get that trash out of here. But this looks good. I don't know that I would have cut down as many trees as they cut down. There was a cedar tree standing right there. I would have left that there, because those cedar trees are usually planted intentionally to show everlasting life, or as a symbol of everlasting life in a cemetery. So I would have left the cedars. And there were a couple ornamental trees that were around these graves that I would have left also, because those were probably planted intentionally. But I gotta say, you know, that's just how I would have gone about it. And what they did is just absolutely beautiful. It's really opened up, and it's definitely saved this cemetery from being forgotten, at least for a while. Hopefully someone continues to maintain it, because like I said, I am not the cemetery caretaker. And while I did try to come up and clear as much as I could, you might be able to see it better on video now. There's many unmarked graves out through here. And then of course there's our veteran from 1923 or died in 1923, I believe, that we placed a flag on. There's another unmarked grave right there that I don't think I noticed that one before. It's amazing how close they are to the parking lot over there. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm not the cemetery caretaker, and so to see other people actually step up and bring a group out here and clean up, that's really good. That's exactly what I wanted to happen, and I'm just really proud to see that. I'm proud of those guys and gals for stepping up And I'm also happy that some good did come out of the news story after all, because I was kind of feeling down about it a little bit, because the news story didn't even mention the name of the cemetery or any of the real details about the cemetery. It just said that that this guy Robert went around finding and cleaning forgotten cemeteries, and that's not the case. You know, I usually don't clean cemeteries. This one just tugged at my heartstrings because it was just shameful. It really was. But anyway, just kind of rambling now, so it's a little bit of a rambling video. I do remember there was one person that I wanted to talk about. There was a lady that was born in slavery and who died, a freed woman, a freed person, I guess that would be what you would call her, after the war, and she's buried out here, and I'd actually really like to find her grave, because I think that's really interesting, you know, to find a lady who was born and lived as a slave and then died in the 20s or 30s. One of my subscribers actually emailed me and told me about her. I believe he had found her on a genealogy site. So I just think it'd be really cool to find her grave. If it's marked, she could be one of the unmarked graves out here. But like I said, I'm just kind of rambling on, and you guys have seen this cemetery before, but I wanted to show you the great job that everyone has done. I appreciate everyone that's been involved in helping save this cemetery, because like I said, I couldn't do it by myself, and I did the best that I could by myself. But it's a big job, and for other people to step up, and even setting up like the Find a Grave website, doing stuff like that, that's a really big help. And obviously coming out and doing what these guys did today is absolutely amazing. But like I said, I just want to show it to you guys real quick and ramble on about it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next adventure.